Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Daniel Chavez and I actually don't speak Spanish. So today I'm going to teach you how to play Tanto la Queria by Andy y Lucas. Anyways, it's in standard tuning with the CAPO on the 3rd fret. This one was requested by Anna over in Spain, so I hope you're able to follow along and learn this song. So here we go. Alright, we're going to start with the verse, and we're going to be using 5 chords. They're going to be G major, C add 9, D major, and then we're also going to do an A minor 7th, and then a B minor 7th. Now I'm going to break it up into 2 parts, and the first part is going to sound like this. And you play that portion twice. So I'm starting off with that G chord, and what I'm doing is I'm going to pluck the E string, then D, G, D, and then I move up to the high E, B, G, and then I go to the B string again. Then I'm going to move to the C add 9 chord, and then I'm going to pluck A, D, G, D, then I go to the high E, B, G, B. The last chord we do is going to be that D major, and in this one you pluck the D, G, B, G, E, B, G, D, and then you when you get back to the D note, you let it ring out for a second, and then you repeat again. So after you let it ring out, it goes G, B, G, E, B, G, B. And that's how you play the first part. So all together, it should sound like this. And again, you play that twice. The next part of the verse sounds like this. So the chords for this part are going to be A minor 7th and B minor 7th. And you're going to pluck these in a similar order as the first part, just with a couple subtle differences. For the A minor 7th, it's going to be A, D, G, D, B, G, D, and then you go up to the high E, B, G, D, B, G, D, G. Before you switch to the next chord, which is going to be that B minor 7th. Again, it's the same shape as a B minor. You just take your pinky off the 4th fret of the G string and bar it on the 2nd fret with your index finger. And you do that same picking pattern for this one. So it's going to go A, D, G, D, B, G, D. Then you move up to the high E, then B, G, D, B, G, D. And then you repeat that one more time. You do the A minor, or A minor 7th. Then you move up to the B minor 7th. And on this one, you end halfway through the chord. So you start off the same way as you did before. A, D, G, D, B, G, D. And then you pluck the high E string, but you just let that one ring out. You don't have to play the rest of that. So the second part should sound like this. Before moving on into the hook. Alright, the next part is going to be the hook or the pre-chorus. I'm not sure what it's called in Spanish, but it's the part from Envidio a todo aquel que el amara ha encontrado. Again, don't speak Spanish. All the way through y decirte que hay corazones que no huyen de la tormenta. Anyways, this is what it's going to sound like. So we're using all the same chords as the verse, just with a strumming pattern instead of a picking pattern. So again, it's going to be G, C add 9, D major, A minor 7th, B minor 7th. Those are the chords you're going to be using. Now the strumming pattern is a little complicated, it involves some palm muting. You're going to want to strum them like this. Starting with the G chord, you strum down, let it ring out for a second, and then you do an up strum, and then mute the strings. And then you switch to the C add 9 chord, and you're going to strum down again, let it ring out for a second, strum up, mute, and then you're going to strum down, pause, down, up. So together it'll sound like this. And then you switch to the D chord, you're going to strum down, pause, up strum, mute, and then you're going to go down, pause, down, and then up, mute, down, down, up. And you play that part twice. Then you're going to switch to the A minor 7th and the B minor 7th, and you're going to use a similar strumming pattern. You're just going to use 2 chords instead of 3. So it's going to be down, up, mute, down, up, mute, down, down, up. And then you switch to the B minor 7th, down, up, mute, down, down, up, mute, down, down, up. Then go back to A minor 7th. And then you end on a D chord with the same strumming pattern. Alright, now that you've learned the pre-chorus or the hook, whatever you want to call it, we're going to move on to the chorus, which sounds like this. So for the chorus, we're going to be using the chords G major, B minor 7th, A minor 7th, and D. And again, this strumming pattern involves a lot of palm muting. So the way it's going to go for each chord, it's going to go down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, down, up. Now you're going to have to get into the rhythm for this one for it to sound right. So I'll try to play it a little bit slower with that G chord. Move on to the B minor 7th with the same strumming pattern. A minor 7th. Then to the D major. Then you repeat. Minor change at the end. And that's you just strum the D chord and let it ring out before going into the part after the chorus, which I don't know what it's called. The next part you're going to learn how to play is the part after the first chorus where he starts saying Tanto la Queria. It's going to sound like this. So it's got a similar picking pattern as the first verse. You're going to start off with the G chord, and it's going to go E, D, G, D, B, G, D, G. Then you switch to the B minor 7th, and it's going to go A, D, G, D, B, G, D, G. Then you switch to the A minor 7th, which you're going to play twice, and it's going to go A, D, G, D, B, G, D, and then you're going to go back to A and kind of let it ring out for a second, and then you go D, G, D, B, G, D, G. And you're going to play that about 4 times. Alright, so the last part of the song you're going to learn is the final chorus. You just keep strumming the same chords over and over again until the song ends. They're going to use G, B minor 7, and A minor 7. And the strumming pattern is a little bit faster than the previous chorus. So it's going to sound like this. Starting with that G chord, the strumming pattern is going to go down, up, mute, up, down, up. And then you switch to the B minor 7th and do the same strumming pattern. Down, up, mute, up, down, up. Then you switch to the A minor 7th, and that one you're going to hold twice as long and use the same strumming pattern as the previous chorus. So that one's going to go down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, down, up. I'll try to play it slower. And you play that through to the end. Now, the other option you have is to just strum the chords like this. And really all I'm doing with my thumb is strumming each of the strings. It's up to you. I like the strum version. But like I said, it's up to you how you want to play it. Alright guys, this is the first time I ever tried to learn a Spanish song, so I'm hoping you were able to learn it, and I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish. I know the last name Chavez is a little misleading. I'm gonna leave the option up for those of you that do speak Spanish that you can add subtitles to it so others can understand what I'm saying in the video if they only speak Spanish and not English. Because I get the feeling that Google Translate isn't actually going to do any justice to what I'm saying. So thank you again, Ana, for requesting the song. I really enjoyed it. It sounds great, I just wish I understood it. Como siempre, gracias por ver y hasta la próxima vez. Thought it was hasta luego if you say see you later or next time or something. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.